Hello everyone, welcome back to Best Research Designs. So in this video, I am going to talk about the difference between microstock design and print-on-demand designs. So maybe you all know this already that in print-on-demand, we need to upload just a PNG file that should be 300 dpi. So in that case, we can do whatever we want. It doesn't matter how you created that design. You can use AI or you can manually hand draw it or whatever you do, but you just need to upload a 300 dpi PNG. So it doesn't really matter if it is created with AI or it is vectorized or just upscaled. But for MicroStock, there are some rules. That means we need to submit EPS files or SVG files. So in that case, we need to keep in mind that we cannot upload everything to MicroStock store. We need to make it a specific in a certain way. So I'm going to explain the process here. So let's say I want to create a design like this. I need to create a sloth like this with this same exact text. So to make a design like this, we need to understand that if I am going to upload this on a print on demand website like Merch by Amazon or TeePublic or Redbubble, then I can do it however I want. I can even use Photoshop to remove the background of the graphic and make it a complete design. That is totally fine. But if I want to upload it to microstock websites like FreePik, Creative Fabrica or any other website like that, we need to make it a vector, and for making it a vector graphic we need to follow two steps. Step one is we can simply trace that image and we submit it as AI image or AI file. But if you don't want to submit it as an AI file, then you need to follow the second step. So I'm going to explain and I'm going to show you both steps. So let's say I want to create this design. So first step is I need to create a graphic like this one. So let's say I'm just taking a screenshot of this part of the graphic, and I can simply go to ChatGPT. I can upload that image here and ask it to give me a prompt. So I am saying give me a prompt to make a design like this, and ChatGPT is going to give me a prompt. So okay, so as you can see, this is the prompt it gave me, and I can simply modify it. Okay, so design and illustration of a cheerful sloth dressed as an outdoor adventurer. The sloth should wear a bucket hat and a sleeveless shirt while carrying a large hiking backpack. So for this design, I actually don't need this part. Sloth should wear a bucket hat and a sleeveless shirt. So sloth, I can make it sloth should carrying a large hiking backpack, the hiking poles in its hand, and the place okay, so this part is also not necessary in its hand. So okay, so this is just the graphic detail of the design. So I only need this part. So an illustration of a cheerful sloth dressed as an outdoor adventurer. So this is the way of creating your prompt, but if you want, you can simply just write whatever you like and it is going to give you some design. Okay, so for creating this design, I am going to use this Flux AI and I am going to use Glyph for using the Flux. So here I am going to click on this build. Just come to glyph.app and create your account. Then click on this build. This is the same process I keep showing over and over. So from the image generation model, you need to choose Flux Pro. So here I'm going to paste this prompt. Also, I'm going to add some of my keywords. So that is going to be like black lines, and we can add sticker, vector drawing. So this is just the part I want the graphic to be look like. That means I want the black lines to be visible, and it should be it should look like a sticker, so that will make it a bit cartoonish, and it should be like a vector drawing. Then run this glyph. So glyph is going to give me an image. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it gave us, and it is totally fine. This is a beautiful design. We can use it in our design, but I need to make some adjustment to this design, like it should not be wearing a shoe like this, or maybe I can make it front facing. But the problem with front facing will be that the backpack will not be visible. Okay, so let's use this image as it is, and I'm going to show you both ways. So first of all, I'm using Photoshop. You can take a artboard like 2000 by 2000 pixel, whatever you like, then paste the image here. So as you can see, this is my image here. And if you are making this design for print on demand, then you can simply just take your magic on tool and then and then remove the background just like the old ways we do. everything. So just like this, remove the background from here, maybe select this part also, and whatever you don't want to be selected in this design. So just select everything like this and then go to select and then inverse, then click on this layer mask. So that is going to remove the background. Now if you are going to upload this design to Redbubble or March by Amazon, you can simply use this as the PNG image and create the rest of the design around the image. That is fine, but I'm going to show you how we can upload this to MicroStock websites like FreePic or Creative Fabrica. So for doing that, we need this as a PNG image. That means a transparent image with no background. So I'm going to remove this or turn off this black layer. This is the transparent image and I'm going to export it. Okay, so this is the image as you can see. Now the problem here is I get a comment like why we are not vectorizing this image directly, why we are using the threshold option. So let me show you the threshold option too. So if you want to use this, if you want to sell this image as an AI image, that is completely fine. You can simply do that. And if you want to sell this, if you want to create a complete design with this image, and then if you want to sell that, then there is two options. You can sell that complete design as an AI image, or you can sell that as an original vector work. So if you want to sell that complete design as an original vector drawing or vector art, I mean not including in the AI section, then you need to follow this step, go to image adjustment and threshold. So that will give you the black lines like this. So you need to take these black lines and then you need to color this image manually like how I showed in my previous video. But if you want to sell this in the AI category, that is completely fine. Then you don't need to do all the extra work. So this is my image. I am just going to create like 16 color from here. I'm going to trace this image in 16 color. So in this way, wherever you are uploading in Creative Fabrica or FreePic or Shutterstock, you need to mention that this image or this complete design is created using AI. So in that way, you will never face any kind of problems. So as you can see, this is how it is traced. I'm going to expand it. So this is how it is looking. Just trim it. So as you can see, when we trace an image, it creates millions of paths like this, thousands of different color shades. So in that way, if you want to sell this image as a non AI image, then it is going to be detected by the website and the design can be removed or can be rejected because it is AI generated, but you are saying this is not AI generated in that case. So if you want to sell this image as AI image or in AI image category, then this process is completely fine. So I am just going to remove these white parts from here. Whatever I don't need, I can simply remove it. So I am pressing Q on my keyboard to selecting these areas that I don't want and I am good to go. So I am going to make this design. I will use this exact text and there is no copyright in it. You can take a quote and you can make your own design. That is completely fine. So as you can see, this is how it is looking and this is the graphic. So we can simply make a rectangle, a circular shape like that. I have done that in many of my previous videos. Let's do it one more time. So I'll just make some rectangles like this. Then I will pick the colors from the original image, original design. That is completely fine. No need to worry about this because this is not going to be copyrighted and we are going to take care of that. So as you can see, this is my rectangles. I am going to distribute them, then group it. So I have a group of rectangles here. I am going to take a ellipse, just something like this, align them in the top position. Then I am going to make this ellipse a bit bigger in this area. So this is fine. Now this is important. I am going to keep a copy. So I am going to copy this ellipse one time, then select them, right click, make clipping mask. So it is going to make a beautiful clipping mask like this. Now I am going to press Ctrl F. So that will paste my ellipse on top of the clipping mask. So if I press Shift X, that will make it in a stroke color. And I am using this because I will need to put the text on this. So that's why I am keeping that. So for this graphic here, I am going to, that is in the background of the ellipse. So let's bring to front. And as you can see, this is how it is looking. And I can maybe make it a bit bigger. So as you can see, this is how my design is looking right now, and that is okay. So for the mountain or hiking theme, we can add some kind of trees in the background like that. So as I showed in my previous video, we can take we can take some images like this from Google. Let's say pine tree silhouettes, something like this, and then we can simply make a forest out of it. That can we can multiply, so it will be easy to avoid the copyright things. So this is my image. I am going to make it a silhouette, expand it. Now I need to put it in the background like this. So here I can do, actually I can make it like this, maybe one bigger, some smaller, just like this, a random shape. Then I can move it in this side. So I want my sloth to be on top of everything, so arrange and bring to front, and this is how it is looking. And there are some black parts in my design, so you have seen this kind of designs many times. So let's copy all of these, the trees and the sloth, cut it. Now we have a clipping mask here, so if you just double click and go inside the clipping mask and press Ctrl F here, that is going to paste everything inside this clipping mask area, as you can see. So this is how it is looking. Maybe I will just draw a random shape here just to make it look like this. Then I am going to erase it to make it a design something like this, that will make it feel like the sloth is standing on something like this. Maybe we can add some colors from the sloth image here. So let's use this darker green for the trees, just like this. For this one, maybe we can add some soil colors just to give it a similar look. So that is good. Maybe I will just bring another copy of it and I will make it a little bit lighter than the previous color, or maybe a bit darker. Okay, so let's make it lighter for now. Maybe I can make it this color, and this one I can make it this darker color. Okay, so that is too dark. Sorry about that. Now something like this. So as you can see, this is just some random things I am doing here. So maybe I can just cut it, Ctrl F. I can just place some smaller trees in this area. Maybe I will make it this color just to give it a variation, something like this. As we are using AI images, also we are copying some ideas, so we can just give it a little bit effort to make it look something original. So that is good. Okay guys, so this is my graphic right now. This is how it is looking, and it is completely fine, and I think this is better than the example here. Anyway, so I need to now make some text. I need to add some text. So this ellipse was to put this text. Now for this one we can do some research like the previous video. Let's say hiking fonts. You will find tons of different fonts that are good for hiking designs. So like this design, mud track or vanita, something like this, hello bestie. So I think this one, is a good one. Let's use that one, and maybe I will use, I like this font, I don't know why, so maybe we can use that. So let's download that one too. Once it is downloaded, you need to install it in your computer, and we are going to use this, we are going to upload these designs to MicroStock. So there can be a question that is this font free to commercial use? Actually you don't need to worry about this, because we are not going to submit this design as an editable file. So the fonts we will be using in this design will not be real, will not be live. So there is no copyright for MicroStock designs like that. So if you are going to use this font on anywhere, like you want to use this font in your website where the font will be live, and then you will need to buy the license of the font. Otherwise it is okay, it is just, you don't need to worry about this. So let's say sloth hiking team, we will get there when we get there. I think I will just change the text from here. I will use the longer text for the ellipse here, and I will use cafe, the font that I just downloaded. I will, okay, so let's arrange it. I want it to be like this from here to here. Then it is looking like, it is looking good, but we can change the baseline. You don't, if you are a regular student, you should know what I am doing here. Anyway, so we can increase the space a little bit, because whenever we are placing a text on a curved surface on a circular path, we need to increase the space, we need to increase the space between the letters. Otherwise, in some case, it can be like this. So let's just make it a little 10 or maybe 20. Okay, so as you can see, there is a problem with this font. I typed an apostrophe comma here, but that didn't show because this font does not support that. So maybe, okay, so we will get there. Let's make it like the original. Okay, so we will get there when we get there. Okay, so this is the first part of the design. Let's make it a color like this one, and then sloth hiking team. So for this one, so I'm going to do a variation here. So I'm going to put the team in the bottom, and for this one I will use this. So I'm going to just use one of my font that I have, maybe this one. So this is good. Sloth hiking team. So I'm just going to place this one here in this way, and then team I am going to put like this. Anyway, so this is inside a clipping mask. Let's align everything, and for this one I'm going to use this font. For this one I'm going to use this one. So maybe I can just increase a little bit of space for this one, and then I'm going to, I can simply just take a line like this, apply that one, expand them, align them center wise, make them a group. I'm going to break that font, and then I'm going to align these three and distribute the space, so, and make them a group. So as you can see, this is a group. Now this is a font, this is a font. I'm going to expand the font. That means this is no font anymore, these are just some shapes. So let's say this shape is looking like a W or a H or E, so they are no more editable fonts. So that's why I was saying there is no need to worry about the copyright and stuff like that. So I'm just going to align them here. Then for this part I am going to make a offset path, because this is overlapping with my design. So if I create an offset path, that can create a cool looking effect like this. So maybe I'll just bring it a little bit up, and that way I can cover the base part of this. So let's press OK, cut it, and from here I'm going to select this clipping mask group, open transparency, and then press Ctrl F here. So that is going to look like this, but don't worry, just make it all the way to 00. That means the 100% black, and then it is going to give us this kind of cool looking effect. So maybe I'll just change the color. So as you can see, this is how it is looking. So maybe I will just use this one for that color and this one. Okay, so as you can see, this is how we can create a design for print on demand. Now I want to make the files ready. So first step is, if you want to upload this on print on demand sites like Redbubble or March by Amazon, then it is completely fine. You don't need to worry about anything. You need to just export it as a PNG image and everything is going to be fine. So if you want to do that, that is completely okay. You can take any artboard you want, then export your design. But let's say I want to submit this design to FreePic or Creative Fabrica. Then I need to create an artboard. Let's take something like this. I am using 4000 by 4000. Of course, it should be 300 dpi, RGB color, and everything else is keep it as default. Let's create. So here I am going to select this group, copy it, and here paste it, and make sure that it is center with the artboard, and make it all the way bigger, but don't make it bigger like this where it is exceeding the artboard. So let's make it a little bit smaller. I am not going to make it like this, that means not keeping enough space on the sides. So let's make it a little bit smaller, something like this, where there are some space on all side of the design. And now I am going to take a rectangle, click here and type the artboard size you have. I have 4000 by 4000. Again, align it with the artboard, right click, arrange, send to back. Now I'm going to make it this color or any color that is the darkest color of your graphic. You can use that. Let's use this one for now. So as you can see, this design is looking good, but for this text, I think this is not looking very good on that color. So in this way, this is looking good. So let's say I have some black colors in my design or some darker colors in my design. So if I put this design on a white kind of color or white or light color shirts, then this is not going to look good. But if I put it on a darker color shirt, then it is going to look good. So that is one way you can choose what color you are going to make this design for. But if you choose, if you want to make it available for all different colors, then you can choose something like this where it is looking good on black or dark color, and also if I make it on a white shirt, this is also going to look good. So this is a tip, you can use it anyway. So this is my complete design. Now I am going to save this design. So for saving this design, first step is we need to rename this design. So let's say I'm going to rename this design as, I'm going to rename it as sloth hiking team graphic design. I am not saying that it is a t-shirt design or it is a mug design or it is a hoodie design, because anyone that is going to download this design, they can use it for anything they want. Like they can use this design for a mug, they can use it for a sticker. So I am not specifying the product, I am just saying it is a graphic design, something like this. Then I need to choose the file type. So it must be an EPS file, Illustrator EPS. Then once you select EPS, give it a name, click on save. Then from here, this is the most important part. I am using, let's say, Illustrator 2024 version, but someone is using Illustrator CS6 version, maybe Illustrator CC file, then they will not be able to properly open my graphic. So in that case, we need to make it Illustrator 10. That means anyone who is using any version upper than Illustrator 10, they will be able to easily open this file. So this is what recommends from FreePic and other sites. So make it Illustrator 10 EPS, then click OK. It is going to save your file as an EPS file. Now I need to export two PNG images. Go to File, Export, Export for Screens. This is important. So from here, I am going to paste the name here again, and then I am going to choose JPG 100. Remove this 100. So this is going to be the first version, the JPG version. Export it. So I have a design like this in this way. Now I am going to go to Layer panel, turn off my background layer, and now again I am going to export this design, but this time I am going to export it as PNG. So as you can see, I have a complete transparent 300 dpi PNG. It doesn't matter if I created it with AI or something. I can simply upload this to Merged by Amazon and Redbubble or something, some other print on demand websites. But if you are going to upload this to FreePic or Creative Fabrica, you must say that this was created using AI, and that is completely fine. If anyone likes your design, they are not going to judge if you created it with AI or not. If they like it, they will buy it. So that's the rule. Anyway, so these are going to be the final files. Now for uploading on FreePic, you will need to upload the EPS file and the JPG file. For uploading on Creative Fabrica, you need to upload these three files. Also, you can include some mockups if you like, if you want. So that is up to you. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, if you have any part that you didn't understand, let me know and I will explain it in the comment section. So have a great time, guys. Thank you so much.